What's up, everybody? Happy TGIF Friday. Thank God it's the weekend already. It is Friday. Happy TGIF, people. So we here because Midnight definitely got something to say, okay? And Midnight definitely gonna get it in order, okay? And let a motherfucker know that, sometimes I think motherfuckers go a little bit too over their head, you know what I'm saying? But you don't get no credit for nothing over here. I want that to be known. You get to no recognition nor credit for nothing that Midnight ever choose to do with her life, honey. But I'm finna let you know how pressed some of y'all are to continue to speak on and speak indirect on top of that. You speak indirectly and subliminally. So like I said, a lot of y'all not real off of that alone. And you can't be classified as a real woman because you speak too much in circles. You speak too much around the bush. You speak indirectly. So that does not make you real. So that sets me apart from a lot of y'all already from day one. And it's going to continue to be that way. And I think a lot of y'all really don't like that characteristics about me. But that's just too bad. Let me cut the music. See, that's one characteristic about Midnight that has set me apart from y'all from since day one. I say since day one. You know how many people on here get up on here and call somebody a clout chaser because they like to use direct names? Those are people who you can consider to be real individuals, though. To me. See, it's a backwards with a lot of people. A lot of people call cloud chasing something else. But to me, if you can get straight to the point and you can use names, you are real. You too real for some of these people out here. See, this is why they don't understand, and they never will. They never will get it. But this is who I am. And I've been this way since day one and will remain. Now, Midnight is here to make some things known, okay? I have to make some things known to man because I don't ever want somebody in their right mind to think that you ever get any kind of recognition, first of all, any type of recognition, or that you can even call anything of what you think's going on in another motherfucking person's household. Not over here. It's this for me, for some of y'all women. Y'all hate for somebody to speak on y'all, and they always wrong when they speak on your life. They always wrong when they speak about your character. They always seem to be wrong. And the first thing that y'all like to do is call somebody, oh, that's just a jealous person, or oh, they just want to be me, or oh, they just jealous of me. No, you don't want nobody to see who you are for who you are, because the same way you think that you can look into somebody else's house from looking on the outside and you think you so right. What makes you think that so many motherfucking people could be wrong about your character that they actually see? I mean, you can't really deny what motherfuckers actually get up on here and do. I'm talking about when you come up on something like the internet, or even if you was out in public and you portrayed yourself to be some kind of way, somebody will be able to judge you based off what your behaviors may be, based off what it is that you do, based off how you act, how you speak. They will be able to make a determination and reference about you. That will be enough. Because they're looking at what it is you do. They're looking at how it is you speak. They're looking at how you treat people. They're looking, that's a definite fact that they see it for themselves. And that's enough. That's enough. So what will make the internet any different? But let me humor somebody real quick, because Midnight is very direct. I use names around here. And I'm just gonna continue to be that person. Midnight could care less who thinks that may be a inkling or a piece of clout chasing. I don't give a good damn. I say I don't give a goddamn. Been singing that same motherfucking tune from day one and gonna sing it till they last, okay? Because that's just who I am. And so you just get with it or get lost in the sauce. Okay? How you doing, Miss Deborah? She says good morning. Miss Camille, she says, hey, beautiful. Hey, how you doing? Miss Carmela, how you doing? Miss Pam, how you doing? Miss Melissa, How are you doing? Happy Friday to you. Lisa set it off. Happy Friday. Miss Big Pain, how are you? Jackie Taylor, good morning. Midnight and blessed Friday. Happy Friday to you. Yes. How you doing, Miss Cece? And everybody else speaking. Now, Midnight got with Creator Glam's allegations, should I say, first of all. Because before receipts was sent to me, I was being told by numerous of people that, oh, that girl, she's speaking on your husband. She's referencing to your husband. So I say, huh? When this shit supposed to be happen? So I got the receipt of the live that a lot of people were picking it up. Because again, you are a motherfucking person that do not speak direct. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop calling yourself real until you can actually learn how to have that type of trait. When you can possess that kind of a trait right there, you can then call yourself to be somebody who's really real. See, y'all don't like people who actually exude real and realness. I already know that I'm that. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm that all the way. And this is why a lot of y'all can't really stand that. But Midnight really don't care about that, because that's just going to be something that Midnight's going to continue to bring forth. Okay? You speak very indirect. And I want you to know that. You know that. Y'all very careful with what y'all say in so many words. Therefore, that's why I know y'all not real in my book. I'm just saying. I mean, if you believe in what the fuck you put out here, I can believe truly in what the fuck I want to put out here and how I choose to believe about a person. It works the same. Just like that works for you, that works for anybody else. Okay? So when I was told that, oh, there was a live where that she did that she's referencing to my husband, first of all, let me say this. Don't be worried about why my husband don't be in no camera. That's not for neither one of you motherfuckers to ever worry about. My husband is in the camera when need be, when he wants to be. And if my husband is not big on social media, as I told you before, the whole social media, I told that too, because I've said that on my page. My husband don't do this. If he did, he would have been put some of y'all hoes in y'all place. Don't never get it twisted. If he was really about social media in a big way, he would have had his mouth on a lot of y'all already years ago. My husband is a true man. See, he's not going to get into this for many reasons. Let me tell you, first reason number one is these are females. So he's not going to put his male opinion in something that a bunch of motherfucking bitches got going on. That's number one. Number two is he know that his wife can handle her own. Number three is because shit can really get ugly and go bad. You know what I'm saying? Because don't you ever think for 1 minute though that I have a husband that's gonna let something ever happen to me. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to enlighten y'all now. I think y'all getting that minister title really messed up. I think y'all getting that minister title, putting that over y'all head like my husband is some type of a person that's gonna, be what you could consider to be somebody passive or like a push. No, he's not that way, honey. My husband know his place as a man. See, a man is not supposed to step his foot or have an opinion in nothing that a whole bunch of bitches got going on. That's just like getting into some female shit. Unless I'm not physically harmed. Nobody's physically harmed me. Okay? So what point of view is he going to have in this? And he don't have to be on the camera because he's on the camera when he wants to present himself on the camera. So he really don't have to be there. And it's not for me to prove that to you. Go find your own motherfucking man first off, and you can put that motherfucker on the camera if you choose. But see, if my husband is not big on social media and he say that he don't want to be on social media in this way, I'm going to respect my husband's decision in that manner, in that order when you get through. My husband definitely presents himself when he wants to. Then you see the recent things like when we have family functions or we go on outings, he's there when he needs to be. He don't have to be on everything, oh, broad live cast. I do. My husband's not into social media. He's not into this shit. He's not really for it. But don't get it fucking twisted, is what I'm saying. Never get it misunderstood. That's what I'm saying. So when you reference it to my husband, make sure that you do not even speak on my husband, because first of all, you don't have a husband and you're not speaking facts on top of that. You're not even speaking truths nor facts. So keep your mouth off mine, is what I'm saying. Don't worry about why my husband's face is not plastered. Why? So you can look at it and you think that you can always pull somebody. Man, I'm telling you on my last dollar. I'm saying this is to my bottom last dollar. See, I'm not an insecure ass female because see, I don't have an unattractive ass husband. And so when me and my husband step out, just like I'm not unattractive, there's people that look at him just like there's other motherfucking men that may look at me. But see, my husband is secure with his, just like I am. You have it in your heart that you can really have somebody else's man in so much a sense of words that you put out here. I can guarantee you on my head and on my mother head, you won't be able to have mine. I can guarantee you won't have mine. And I'm very secure with that. Facts. I don't give a damn if I left my husband sitting right next to you or standing right next to you. I will turn my back without no motherfucking just cause reason, without feeling some kind of way, and he will not budge. You would not be able to, because see, my husband cherishes what the fuck he has, and he knows what he has, just like I know what I got. So you would never be able to pull somebody like that when it comes to my husband. Because see, you like to think that you can pick up somebody's man, but I'm here to tell you that if I left you in a box or a room with mine, he wouldn't budge. Not at all. You won't be able to pull none of mine. That's on Joanne, my mother. Because see, my husband is very, very, very secure in the kind of wife he has. My husband loves all my flaws and all. Okay? Everything about me. Vice versa. So it will be just wishful thinking if you thought for 1 second or a minute that you will have any kind of pull or one up with my husband. You're gonna have to get that picture about your head. Because you like to speak on a lot of different females' husbands as you have already done. But I can guarantee you this, I'm telling you this with confidence, that you will not be able. He wouldn't even jump for you. He wouldn't even jump for you, boo. Because see, you don't possess a lot of the good qualities that I have, honey. The ones that my husband loves. He been loving. Like I told you, me and my husband, we knew of each other for 16 plus years. 16 plus. I can leave my husband around and one. My husband work with women. Do you think we around each other 24/7, just like I work with a lot of men and women? We both very secure in our marriage. That shit, we don't have to be around each other 24/7. My husband ain't going nowhere, neither am I. And he won't be able to go for no nail other woman. Guaranteed. That's guaranteed. I said guaranteed. Let that be known. That and no woman would have that kind of pull with him. Just like no man would ever have that type of energy over me to where I'm gonna actually be the one and fall short of what the fuck it is I got. Nah, I know what kind of qualities I got in my motherfucking husband, just like he know what kind of qualities he got in his wife. And trust me, he loves all my flaws and all. Just like he got flaws and all that I respect and love, he loves everything about me. When y'all get through. Before I get into my next point, let me go down these comments real quick. Before you get through, my husband loves everything about me. When it comes to, I do mean everything. And he knows me inside and out. Again, my husband is the one who gives me some sort of balance in these days and times. He do. But he still very much so. My husband is clingy sometimes to me in such a way. Sometimes so clingy to where I say, husband, you gotta go. Don't you want to go have a boys' day or go see one of your boys, or don't you want to go play basketball today, or don't you? Because we do a lot. Whether y'all motherfuckers know it or not, me and my husband actually spend time together and do dating. I don't know how many of y'all still do stuff like that with your significant other, but that's something that me and my husband never stopped doing when we started dating one another, even when we got married. We never stopped dating. We never stopped dating one another. Okay? We got to. You have to. So don't ever speak in that area or in that narrative that you think you can have everybody some motherfucking man, because I am very secure and confident, very much so, that you will not be able to have mine. Not at all. And I say that proudly. And that's respectfully. You will not get it. I know that. Let me see where I stop at. I think right here. How you doing, Miss Alicia? Miss Cece, everybody else speaking. Bree, how you doing? Happy Friday. My Brenda. Yeah, so and for that fact, a real woman won't want to pull another motherfucking woman's man. If I was a single woman out here, I wouldn't want nobody's motherfucking man, somebody that a man is already laying up with. I wouldn't want to even date a motherfucking person that got somebody else in their motherfucking life. That's whole mentalities. You know what I'm saying? That's a side chick mentality. I don't want to be a motherfucking side chick to no motherfucking man. So why would you want another bitch man? Because maybe you used to being a side chick. I mean, clearly you have to be when you always putting your mouth on whether you can have somebody's man or not, or whether you be left alone with a man or not. That's side chick behavior. See, a lot of real women don't even want to be no motherfucking side chick, because that's not even something that I was ever into as a single woman. I don't ever want to kick it or try to get to know a man that has somebody, that's laying currently with a person that's already with in a relationship with somebody. I'm not going to be no side chick to nobody. That's not even the kind of man that I want. That ain't even will be the kind of man that I would want to get to know. Somebody who has someone, somebody who's married or in a long-term, short-term relationship, a situationship. Who wants that kind of a motherfucking man? A side chick, okay? Because see, that's first right there. We don't align. I'm never been wanting to ever be a side chick. Never have been the side chick ever either. Okay? Exactly. I ain't never been married, but now, nigga, I've not, but now, nigga, I ever dealt with will think twice about her ass. Bitch think she can pull any and every man. She won't be able to have mine, and I say that with confidence, and I'm straight up real and honest about that. She wouldn't be able to pull my husband. Not at all. Because when you just really secure and you're not insecure and you're confident about the person that you with, and you trust the person that you with, those kind of things don't come across nobody's motherfucking mind. Do you think that you're around your mate 24/7? No, you're not. You're not around your mate 24/7. Your mate either work, you work. Your mate may go to school. You may go to school. There's no way that y'all spending 24 hours around each other, and just as sure as if both parties are attractive, yeah, they're gonna get looked at. But it's about who can resist what type of temptations the world throw at you. And if you're committed to your marriage or your relationship, that's where your head gonna be remain. Every man don't do cheating. Every man or woman don't cheat when they commit. See, the thing about it is a lot of y'all don't know what commit mean. And a lot of y'all have not solely committed yourself to somebody else. So you don't know what the fuck that shit means. You don't even know what that looks like because you haven't fully committed yourself to somebody who you actually dedicated yourself to. Y'all don't know what that looks like. Y'all don't know what that means. And so that's why y'all speak with the mentality that you speak like when you say, oh, I can have somebody else's man. You don't have no idea of what true commitment to a motherfucking person look like. That's just real talk. So when you did your live, where you were telling these little fictional stories, because see, the way that you were doing it is that you were basically using stories, but you were using certain keywords to also make a person think like, okay, well, we know that that person has a husband that does this, and we know that that person over here has a husband that does that. So you were still giving yourself away with using keywords with no names. However, you were using weird ass storylines on the live. Now, I do know in that live that when she were referencing to a truck driver, she definitely was in reference to Nene. That was for sure. But at the end, I caught your shade when you were saying that my husband don't like to be presented on the camera, and that makes me feel some kind of way. Where? What content? Because just like I said to y'all before, my husband don't like when I come up here and address y'all and waste my time even clapping at y'all half of the time. So if my husband, I already told you then that my husband is not really the social media type. That's a man right there, for real. First of all, he not finna get off into no female-ish. That's a whole man. If my husband don't want to be on the internet, my girl, he definitely not gonna be pressured to. He definitely not going to be forced to do it because that's a grown ass man at the end of the day. That's a grown man. And if my husband say that he don't want to be on social media or if he don't want to be in front of my camera, he's not going to be in front of my camera. Now, I don't give a damn if your ass understand that notation or not. But it definitely does not make Midnight feel no kind of way. I actually respect my husband's wishes, difference. So it definitely does not make me feel some kind of way. As a woman and his wife, I respect his decision. Simple. Y'all just like to make shade out of every little thing because you feel like, okay, because maybe you don't see my husband enough that you finna make your little ideal opinion about me and my husband's marriage or me and my husband's relationship. I dare you not. I dare you not to ever speak about what me and my husband got going on in me and my husband's marriage. I don't even present that kind of shit to you all on this here internet. Besides when you see me and my husband out and about dating one another. Okay. Besides, when you see me and my family and my husband is with, he's alone and we're all enjoying one another. Other than that, you're not going to see nothing more, nothing less when it comes to my personal relationship with my husband. Something you know nothing a fuck about. Okay. That's the first thing. So when you throw shade, again, Midnight does read between the lines. I am very great at doing that. And I do throw shade back where it's supposed to be thrown. So don't ever think for 1 minute that you can never have my husband. That's for one, because you would never and could never. And that's on God. That's on my mama head, Joanne. That's on me. You won't be able to do it. I don't give a damn what you think you putting on. I don't give a damn what kind of hair you think you got on. I don't give a damn what kind of lashes you think you putting on. The ass you got, I got ass and hips too. My husband loved my ass and my hips and my titties and my goodies. I got it all. I possess it all. Nice plump ass, nice hips, some shit to keep him warm. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck what you think you gonna do. It's not gonna hold up. And that's what woman, because I'm very secure with mine, and mine is very secure with me. Okay. So don't speak where you don't need to be spoken, or don't speak on something that you don't really need to have your 2 cents on, especially when you don't have a relationship of your own. Let's start there. You then did another live that I got with it's supposed to be your last live. Let me tell you something. This is something that we've all heard before from you. Just to let you know. I do notice that this is the only time that you come forth and say shit like that is when it gets too hot in the kitchen for you. When you have brewed shit up so hot in the kitchen that you cannot take the outcome or the results of how things are going, because this is what y'all cranked up though. Y'all cranked that soldier boy. So this is what we doing now. And now that this shit is cranked to the highest power and to the max, y'all can't take it. So y'all running. Because we didn't heard this before. Oh, this looks so familiar. We didn't heard this same storyline from you of you taking a purge or a cleanse or a reset. And like I said, the only time you come forth on saying things such as those is when it get too hot in the kitchen and the dirt then got to the highest power because y'all didn't put it there. And now you can't take it because you got too many people at one time coming your way. This is something that y'all did. Y'all love to speak on people. See, people, y'all won't let nobody be great around here. Y'all really don't know how to let people be great. People will try their hardest to be great. Y'all don't know how to let people be great. So I've seen this. This is very familiar to me. Very. And it's very familiar to everybody else too. Everybody want to take a mental break, or to me it's running. Everybody want to run now. They want to use this mental break as an excuse because things that got too hot on the Facebook streets and things that got out of control. You didn't see it going this way. You didn't see things going up this way. The results ain't coming the way you thought it was going to look, huh? But see, you always purge and reset yourself and step right back into the same trap though. So it's not even working for you. You're purging, you're cleansing, you're resetting. It's not even working for you, my girl, because you done did this shit how many times? How many times did you do a reset? How many times did you do a cleanse? How many times did you do a purge? And you step right back into the same BS, the same line of BS where you find yourself doing bullshit. So what's the point of it? I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the point of your cleanses and your purges? Because what does it really do for you? What do it really do for you? Because you only find yourself in the same shit once again, in the same scenario yet again, to the point where now you're going to be finding yourself doing a cleanse or a purge or a reset. Then again, what's the point? What's the point for it if you only going to be persuaded to fall for the okie doke? Because you will love to call somebody else persuasive. And the word is persuasive. Y'all love to call somebody else persuasive. Y'all love to call somebody else gullible. Y'all love to call somebody else those things. But see, you got persuaded to where you're at. And see, now this is why you're gonna do a reset. This is why you're calling yourself going on a motherfucking recess, a vacay, because you can't take what's going on. Truly. But I do want y'all to know that this is stuff that y'all actually help start. All right. And I do want you to know that you are a component to that fire that has been blazed. You are very much so a component to that blazing fire when you think you're not. See, this is why you're purging. And see, you said you're going through a midlife crisis, something that men ain't never going to say ever, because I'm not. See, when you come up and say stuff like, oh, I'm going through a midlife crisis, you have already told the world of what we already saw you to be: miserable. See, you're too young to hit midlife crisis. I'm 40, I'm past 40 years old. And when I turned 40, I didn't even think about having a motherfucking midlife crisis. I'm 42 right now. I'm feeling the best I ever felt at 42. There's no, why am I going through a motherfucking midlife crisis? As young as you are, you going through a motherfucking midlife crisis? I wonder for what? Oh, it's because you know that you've been in some bullshit. You know you've been in some foolery. So this is why you really have to reset. Oh, it's bothering you to your soul and to your core. It's bothering you. As much as y'all come up in here and yell that y'all unbothered. Y'all unbothered people. I can tell that you're not unbothered. See, unbothered people will go on about their business, and see, if y'all was really unbothered, y'all will let people go on and move forward. See, y'all don't let people be great. Y'all don't let no one be great. The moment somebody tries to be great, he or she trying their best to be great, one of y'all idiots come over here doing something that you know is going to cause a problem, or that you know that's going to cause confusion. You know it's going to kick up some kind of dilemma. That's because y'all don't want people to be great. So when you come up here and present to the world that you are going through a midlife crisis, that is somebody who's saying low key, and then you use something like this. You said you want to feel really pure or something to this nature. You're doing a cleanse because you want to come back brand new and you want to be really pure. So are you saying that you're not pure now? I know you're not. I know that you cannot be pure because, first of all, you're going through a midlife crisis. And then your emotions of what you're feeling currently is not pure. It's all of miserable and jealous. And this is why y'all actually exude those kind of traits out of you. See, y'all always, like you say in your words, right? The truth will stand alone, right? See, y'all always do it to y'all own self. When you come up here, you damn near be telling on yourself and how you truly feel within yourself. Because see, when you come up here, motherfuckers who go through midlife crisis are damn near breaking down. That's almost a mental break. That's almost saying that a person is at a point in time in his or her life where they're going through a mental break. They're confused about who the fuck they are. I'm not confused about who the hell I am. Nor did I ever mention ever that I was going through a midlife crisis, because I'm not experiencing that. And I'm older than you. I just turned 42 and couldn't feel better. Couldn't feel better. I don't feel my age. And for that fact, my age is not even fucking old. Okay? I'm not fucking old. 42 is not an old age to me. I'm not even mid-age at 42. Mid-age is 50 years old and above. So if I'm not at 50 years old, I'm not even mid-age. I'm still not a spring chicken. And I'm not a young buck, but I'm a young woman still. I don't classify me being 42 years old as me being old. Not at all. If Glam don't get her bald headed out of here, she needs to get help. I'm just okay dating a puppet, okay? How you doing, Miss Sharon? Hi, Midnight at Joanne. Skip the hand to everyone on the live. How you doing? She sound really desperate when she talks about other content creators, significant others. Now, she definitely was talking about when she mentioned And who is the minister that you were talking about? Because I don't know if these are stories that you actually know people that's going through this, or some shit you made up because you want to just reference to somebody else without saying their name type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Without so much saying their name. Because my husband definitely loved Twasi. You know what I'm saying? My husband don't go that other way. See, that's the thing that get y'all cussed out too. Not so much cussed out the way I do it, because my husband don't curse. But hell, that might just be the motherfucking day I see my husband cussing. That just might be the day I see my husband cussing. If a motherfucker thought that they was finna actually implement or imply that my husband like ding dong or ping, nah. My husband like Twasi. Okay? And he loves mine. All right. My husband can't eat candy, but he loves his chocolate. Okay. He can indulge in this. He can't have chocolate, but if you know what I'm saying, because I'm a chocolate melanin queen, he definitely indulges in this chocolate. But that will be the thing to get y'all told where to go quick, fast, in a hurry. Thinking you finna even put that kind of allegation out of that my husband likes pain. My husband don't have no homosexual tendencies in him at all. Not at all. Absolutely not. My husband's not homophobic, but I know that my husband feels some kind of way about the lifestyle of homosexuality. However, he can coexist with one who's, living that life, but that's definitely not a life that he will lead for him. That's definitely not something my husband would choose for him. So watch it now, because that just might be the thing right there. I'd be surprised to hear my husband speaking at you. He definitely enjoys Twasiana. Mines especially. How you doing, Miss Pam? She needs to go to the doctor about her face. Miss Alicia is speaking. She can't take a purge or a cleanse when her heart is still ugly. But I'm just saying, how many times have this girl took a purge or a cleanse or a reset? This is not the first time y'all done heard that girl do that. And then you step right back into the same bullshit. What you doing it for? What you doing it for real? What is that for? Facts on top of facts. Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands. How you doing, Miss Kianda? Y'all laughing. Miss Juanita? I'm at Walmart about to fall the fuck out. Woo. Okay. Miss Juicy Redbone Robinson, how you doing, honey? And Miss Alice Wallace, good morning. How you doing? I'm just saying, don't ever, first of all, don't never ever think in a million damn years that you can ever have pull with my husband. That's number one. Don't you never ever think that my husband is ever interested in man or piece of motherfucking male anatomy that he has. Never. My husband is, I wouldn't say homophobic, but my husband do not like nor respect that lifestyle a lot. He accepts it. But if he can actually minister to a person who seems to be confused, he would. He definitely would. So don't you never ever. That's the shade that I picked up. Because surely that couldn't have been who the fuck you were talking about when you were referencing that story about a minister who having a family and having a motherfucking wife. Now that's real life though, because it is some down low motherfuckers living that life. But my husband is not that motherfucker. But you show right about it when you talk about the motherfuckers of the church. Now it ain't no lies detected there, but you got the wrong motherfucking minister, is what I'm saying. You got the wrong minister. But that's definitely real life. That's definitely somebody's real life. That's definitely somebody's motherfucking story. That's definitely what somebody's going through. That's definitely what somebody went through. That's not what's going down here, though. Just like I can actually depict that you were speaking about Nene when you had the truck driver in your mouth. Everybody knows that that girl's husband is a truck driver. You were definitely referencing her. But I just felt like I picked up a little shade towards the end. You know what I'm saying? Towards the end of it. When you said that my husband don't be on the camera, he don't have to and he won't. And he will not. So what? Next? What's the next thing? Next? Because if my husband don't want to be presented on no camera, he won't. And you said on that live, that farewell live, this. You said this. You don't owe Facebook no explanation on nothing or anything that you got going on with you, nor anything of the decisions that you make, and neither does nobody else. So why do a lot of you thirst buckets feel the need that y'all supposed to be put in the game, coach, on what I know about motherfuckers in all these pages out here? What makes y'all think that I'm supposed to put your motherfucking ass in my game, coach, when then one of you hoes again ain't gave me no motherfucking dividends? So I'm supposed to put you in the game, coach, on what the fuck I know what's going on over here. Not. Just like you don't owe no explanation to Facebook. I don't. And neither does nobody else. Just like you don't owe them no explanation, because if so, where the DTEX reports are, where the CPS report said that you put out there. Let us know on that. Let us in on that little thing right there. Just like you don't owe Facebook no explanation, neither does no other motherfucker or Midnights. Like I said, y'all want to be put in the game so bad. Y'all want to be put on my play. Y'all want me as the coach to put you in this game. I'm not putting you in my game. It's not for me to put y'all motherfuckers in my game. Midnight like to keep a motherfucker guessing, wondering, pondering, nervous and all. You not getting put on in my game as me being the coach of this motherfucking bench over here. You will not be put in my game. And the same way you can get up on here and say that you owe Facebook no type of explanation, neither do the next motherfucker. And that includes me. That includes anybody on this motherfucking Facebook app. And that includes Midnight, just like it includes you. So therefore, don't worry too much about it. That's just the whole thing. Don't worry too much about that and keep your mouth off that. Because don't nobody else owe you no explanation. You don't owe them no explanation. Who wants one? But when the motherfucker feel like they should have, and you feeling like you are due information, you feeling like you're due this information, you're not due shit over here this way. You're not due to knowing nothing about what the fuck I know about and one of these little weird ass itches. You're not due to that type of news. You're just not. You're not. And if you looking for it, shit, you're going to have to keep wondering, because we're going to have to keep wondering about them CPS reports that you said you was allegedly going to be filing out, trying to figure out who doing that. It's just going to have to be allegedly with the DTEX of yours that you had on deck, huh? But you're not getting put on my game of what I got over here going on. I'm not putting nobody in my game. Not this coach. So don't worry or don't sit back in hopes. And this is for anybody really who have the mindset like her. Don't sit back in hopes thinking that you finna get something. Cause again, midnight finna tell you motherfuckers what y'all gonna have to go do. Pay for it like she did if you really want to know the real truth. Besides me throwing it out here, and that's only because that person actually presented themselves to me. Cause see, I was in my own world, in my own lane, minding my own business that pays me. I was minding the business that pays midnight. But see, that person came and saw me. I didn't send for the motherfucker person. So see, again, motherfuckers will not let you be great. That's an example of a motherfucker not letting you be great right there. That's a prime example of motherfuckers trying to do straight up content, bring forth content without it being a bullshit or without it being somebody being spoked up. But then motherfuckers won't let you be great because they come over there thinking they taunting you, thinking they harassing you. You're not doing none of that shit. But since you want to do that and make yourself known, because you know everybody else don't see your whack ass. You know I see you though. So since you want to be recognized, let me go ahead give you your recognition and let these people know that that's your ass playing behind the name of them pages. Let me just go on ahead and do it. Because see, that's just what a motherfucker did for me. And that's just what they did for themselves. They did that. They did just that. Motherfuckers don't want motherfucking people to be great. Simple as that. They won't let you. And the moment that you turn up on them and turn the notch up on them, turn the stove up on them, turn the heat up on them, they don't know how to take it. They ready to run. They ready to purge. They ready to reset. They ready to cleanse. Y'all put all this shit out here. Y'all the ones been doing the motherfucking dirt. Shit, motherfuckers is tired of that too. You don't think a motherfucker tired of seeing you motherfuckers play behind mystery pages when they were called that? Because now, well, all of them I don't know about if I don't, if these are new, like that Joanne, but I know who behind it. I know who was behind it. It's the writing, like someone said on here. I think that was Auntie who said that. It's the terminology that a motherfucker used for me. It's the things that be said, because see, y'all can't see what the fuck these motherfuckers are writing. But see, this is why I catch them on the screenshot, honey. Because I know my audience can't see them. I know these motherfuckers have them blocked. Nobody can see them but the motherfucking host they talking to. And it be the writing on the wall for me. It be the terminology for me. You give yourself up every time. That's how I knew who was behind that one. Y'all some goofies, straight up. Straight weird. I'm talking about weird as hell. So don't ever think that you owe no motherfucking explanation or somebody's supposed to be displaying receipts of that kind to you. Because before you get that kind of motherfucking receipt, if your ass ain't going to personally pay for it yourself and you ain't dispensing no receipts out here that you done threw out here, because we haven't seen that yet neither. Where that's at. Okay? Next, you will not get credit. Let me say this respectfully and as humble as I am. You would not receive no credit for Midnight doing anything to further her future, which means that you would not get credit and you did not inspire me. You definitely did not inspire Midnight when it comes to going back to school for something that I always knew I had. You did not have no motherfucking inspiration in that. I want you to be clear and hear me clear and loud and clear. No inspiration when it comes to Midnight furthering her motherfucking education in nursing. You have no part to play in that. You was not the one who inspired me. You know what my inspiration was a long time ago as to why I even became an aide? My mother did that kind of work. My cousin got 2 disabled boys, twins. One of them is deceased now, one of them not. I used to help her with her boys when I was just a kid. Don't you know that I have so many motherfuckers telling me that I should have been a nurse a long while ago? This is my calling. The reason why I chose not and chose to go in social work, and I'm gonna pick your brain in a minute. The reason why, because I've always been told by my family, the people that I work with, the nurses that I work with, other CNAs, family members, I've always been told that I will make a great registered nurse. Been hearing that shit all my life, as long as I've been in the field. But the reason why I chose, I had to figure out, I really did not know at the time what I was going to go in, but I didn't think that I was going to do nursing at that time. And that's because I've been injured twice. Okay. I've been injured twice on my job. And I know that nursing is a very physical job. Okay. It's very physical. So although you feel like you're using proper body mechanics, it's easy still to get hurt. So I've been hurt twice. But this is what I said. I knew people was going to be something that I knew I still wanted to do, was serve people. So I said, okay, listen, I got to think of a major where it's still going to be me helping people. It's still going to be me assisting people, just not in so much of a physical form. So this is why I went into the field of health and human services, into social work. And it seems like I influenced your decision because when you study in law, wasn't you studying law at first, supposedly? Wasn't your ass studying criminal justice or law? See, it seems like midnight actually influenced your major change in your career path change because, see, for a motherfucker to go from law to social work, you must have been influenced by me, honey. I could say that. Because, see, you was in law, right? This is what you told the internet. Then you tell the internet that you studied law. You have criminal justice background. So now you're supposedly going through receiving a master's degree in social work. So it seems like midnight influenced you in your career path of going into social work because I was there first. Okay. I was there. Okay. Nursing is something that I was always in as well. So I'm still right there. And you get no credit, no recognition, no inspiration over here when it comes to me pursuing my nurse's degree. Just want you to know that. None. I say none. Nah, that's me because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And like I tell people now, I have no regrets. Because guess what? I don't have no regrets of going to get my degree in case management through health and human services. I do not. I have no regrets. I'm 42 years old. Before I'm 45, I'll be in my line of field of what I actually want to do. Before the age of 45, I will be there. So I have no regrets because I ultimately want to work as a registered nurse case manager. That's what I want to do. So I'm still going to be using both of my career paths. I'm still going to be using my health and human service degree, and I'm going to be able to use my registered nurse's degree and work as a registered nurse case manager. That's what the fuck I want to do. But men may have seem to have influenced your change of career. Okay? Because you were supposedly in criminal justice, you were supposedly in law, weren't you? That's what you told us. That's what you told the internet. You were in law. You were studying law. You were graduating from law. So for you to have a whole change of career path, it seems like I influenced your decision of going into social work, a field that I was already in. Let me see, where did we stop? Hold on. She says exactly, right? I don't know. I don't know what's for good for her because, like I said, this shit sounds familiar. We didn't heard it before, and like I said, every time a motherfucker took a break or a reset or a purge or a cleanse, that same individual stepped right back into the same BS. Okay. Miss Alicia says she's at Macy's shopping. Oh, we shop it up. And I'm listening and shopping at the same time. Oh, we. The broad is slow, probably trying to get information for Oscar, the Grinch, sour, funky ass peaches. Listen, the moment we turn the oven on, they running. How you doing, Miss Treese Haynes? How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. Good morning, midnight and everyone on the live. Good morning, Miss Nessa. So, like I said, you definitely didn't inspire me when it comes to schooling, honey. That's one thing for sure. I've always been hearing that my whole life since I was 19. I became a CNA at the age of 19 years old, and I'm still doing it. I'm so good at caring for people and taking care of people and really doing it with compassion, like I would want it done for me, or if this was my mother, or if this was my dad, my granddad, my child, my sibling. You know what I'm saying? My family. I do it so well. That's just my purpose for real. That's why I say, listen, I still don't have no regrets of what I did pursue my degree for. Because at the end of the day, I still was supporting people. At the end of the day, I still was catering to people. I was catering to the ones that most motherfucking people will find intimidating, wouldn't want to speak to them, you judging them, this, that, and the third. I was doing that. Okay? So, no, it ain't no regrets. None. But know that you don't get no credit here in that regard. Know that you have no inspiration. Midnight was not inspired by you. My inspiration came behind me watching a lot of motherfucking nurses while I was coming up. And then, like I said, me being a young lady, a teenager, I have to take care of my cousin disabled boys. You have no motherfucking credit for this here. Me furthering my education on something that God blessed me with the compassion with. This is purpose for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all who in the line of work, but this is purpose for me. I'm not sure what the rest of these people take out of that, but see, I'm good with taking care of people. I'm good with that. I don't have to do so much. I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to be extra. I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? It just naturally comes and flows because it's purpose. It's purpose filled. That's it. So no, you did not inspire not me going to school. So I don't know who you really meant that for when you said that kind of shit. But I'm here to tell you that you didn't have no inspiration when it came to me and my decision of what I want to do with my life. Because this is something that Midnight been told her whole life before I ever knew any of you motherfuckers on here. That's my purpose. So make sure you get that right too. Oh no. I got too many motherfuckers. I got such a great support system behind me, man. Do you know how many motherfuckers was just actually so glad when I actually told them that I was going back to school and for what? When I told this to nurses, I'm talking about some nurses that I'm working with. When I put that on my personal page, because that's where my family at, I got so many motherfucking people like, man, Nene, because that's what they call me. That's my nickname, Nene. It's like, man, Nene, you should have been a nurse. I said, I know you probably right about that, but like I said, I got hurt twice, my hand, and that took a long time to heal. You know what I'm saying? And then pulled a little muscle in my back. You know what I mean? So my hand, I pulled muscles because it wasn't like I broke anything. Didn't even break anything in my back. But one thing y'all got to understand is when you pull certain muscles and things like that, muscles can't be surgically repaired. A lot of things like that can't happen. So when you have muscle or nerve damage, that's just something they have to really treat. They can't really go through no surgery on no shit that's got to do with your muscles. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no fractures in my hand. I didn't have none in my back. It's just like I said, when you in nursing and you dealing with geriatric patients and stuff like that, you dealing with them heavy people, you can have multiple people doing what it is you need to do with them people. Sometimes you find yourself getting hurt still. You just find yourself getting hurt. And you might be using all the proper body mechanics you're supposed to be using. You still get hurt. You still get hurt. But I had so many people, including my family, my colleagues, I'm talking about my family, because even my children said, Mama, yeah, you will make such an awesome nurse. My husband, let me see, hold on. Just wait a minute. I'm gonna put some elevator music on for y'all in a minute, and I'm gonna show you something. My husband supports me very well with my decision. My children, my siblings, my dad, my family. I got some nurses in my family, some registered nurses, you know what I'm saying? And they been saw the glow in me, you know what I'm saying? The same glow that you need to be a good nurse, you know what I'm saying? Not just any nurse, because some people just go get that, they in there for that money. Because the medical field is where the money is at. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. The medical field is where the money at. But to be a good nurse, oh, that's something else. To be a good nurse. To be a great nurse, it's going to take more than just your bookworms or your book smarts of what you had to do to graduate to earn your degree. You're going to have some skills, honey. And skills is what really matters. You're going to have some kind of compassion for people. That's what really matters. You're going to have to know how to think quick, fast, in a hurry. That's what really matters, because somebody else's life is in your hands. And sometimes you have to make a necessary call or a hard decision. But see, I have to do that right now as a nurse's assistant. That's happened to me several times in my career where I had to think quick because somebody was coding. Think fast. Somebody's coding. We don't have no nurse in here. Let me go grab help. Think quick. You got to. It has happened to me several times in my career. Okay. And it's going to continue to still happen. Okay. As long as you are in the medical field, you're going to see things like that. So know that you are not somebody who inspired me. I'm inspired by and influenced by a lot of people around me. God have gave me that purpose, and I knew that it was my purpose when I was much younger. I knew that when I was a much younger lady. Okay. As to why I stepped into it right then and there. I'm just furthering it now. But that's why I stepped in it in the first place. Because I knew that was my purpose. I knew it. So you don't get no recognition for over here. So I don't know what you really meant by that or who you really meant that for, but it definitely did not ricochet to this over here. It was not meant for midnight because you don't get the credits there. That's not, nah. Mm-mm. And as far as this, when you said that you were getting rid of, I can agree with you here. But you took too long to do it. I'm saying to you, what took you so long? Because the moment that I knew I was done with you, I got rid of everything you gave me. That broken Mickey Mouse purse, and you know I love Mickey Mouse. You know I love Mickey Mouse, but I don't love him that motherfucking much, okay? Because I agree with you. You don't hold on to things that somebody's giving you, especially when you have no association with them. But what took you so long? Because the moment that I had already known I was done with you, when I dismissed you, I got rid of those two things you sent me, which was that broke purse and that travel thing. So you're right. What took you so long? Because I've been did it. Listen, I know a lot of y'all may feel that men I have such a strong likings for the Mickey Mouse and the Minnie Mouse that I cannot see myself throwing out something of Mickey and Minnie. I'll throw any damn thing out of Mickey and Minnie if it's something that I don't want to look at in my fucking house. So the same way you said that, I agree. But the thing of it is why it took you so long to do it. Because see, I had already did it. I already done that. See, when I made the decision that I knew I was not going to be fucking with you and I was cutting you out of my life, I got rid of those things you gave me because I didn't want to be looking at that. That's a reminder of you. You're damn sure right about it. You should have did that the very first time you knew we weren't going to have no dealings because that's what Midnight did. What took you so long? That's what I do with anything that I don't want around me. What took you so long? Because I agree. I don't want to look at not a damn thing that somebody that gave me that I know I don't deal with the motherfuckers no more. I don't want to look at that and be reminded of who gave me that. I don't give a damn if it's something that I love and love so near and dear to my heart like Mickey and Minnie, and everybody knows I love them. But I would not keep something that I know I don't want in my house, especially if it's given to me by an individual and I feel like they have spirits and evil, dark spirits on them. I don't want that shit in my house. So what took you so long? Is my question. Because see, I did it the moment I knew I was letting and dismissing you. I did that. I got rid of both of those items you gave me because those are the only two. So if that means all of the things that I gave you for your housewarming, yeah, that would be everything for you and your child room. Throw that shit out. Midnight don't care because I did the very same thing when it came to you. The very same. My thing of it is I've been did that. Why is it just not taking you so long to do it now? That's something you should, because I already know I don't have no plans on associating myself with you. I knew I was walking away from you. I did that at that time. I made that decision of what I was going to do with you. So my thing again, what took you so long? Because I do agree. I agree with you. When you think you're going to move forward and move on, that's just like with an ex. I don't want nothing that a motherfucker gave me. I'm tossing everything the fuck out. I don't want to look at this shit that the motherfucker gave me. What took you so long? What took you so long to do it? Because I've been did it. I've been did it. I've been got rid of it. I don't want to be reminded of it. You damn sure right about it. I don't want to be reminded of the person that gave it to me. I don't want to have to look at it. It was broke anyway. The purse was. But that's some shit that I decided that I was going to get rid of the moment that I decided I was getting rid of you. That's exactly when I got rid of mine. When I decided that I was getting rid of you, because that's what Midnight did with you. As much as y'all like to say y'all kicked a lot of people to the curb, I decided to leave any and every one of y'all that's over there. Midnight removed herself from y'all. So the moment that I knew that I was finna remove myself from y'all, because I did know, okay, I definitely knew. You may not have known because you definitely did not see it coming. It hit your ass off guard. You didn't see it coming. You couldn't understand how I came up with my persona of how I came up with what I was coming up with. It hits you off guard. I knew what I was finna get ready to do. So I got rid of the shit you gave me. Because I don't want to be reminded of you neither. And that's just real talk. So you're right. Get rid of all that shit. I say get rid of them motherfucking dishes. Get rid of the motherfucking hampers. It's a lot of shit I got. Get rid of all of it. You get rid of that, honey. Get rid of it. You should have been did it. You should have been done that. I don't know what took you so long. Why? She don't have a mindset of her own. She's a follower and following behind the wrong person or people. And I just truly miss Juanita. And I just truly do not give a damn. That's that girl's life. That's her. If she want to surround herself around those kind of people, those will be decisions that she will have to, but she's going to always find herself doing a total reset and a total cleanse and a total purge. She's going to be repeating shit like that. But she got to see that for herself. So that would be her. Mm-hmm. I'm on nursing also for 4 years. Everyone can't do it. You have to have empathy. You got to, Miss Carolyn. Miss Carolyn, you know that. You can't just get off into that field of nursing and you just going for a career because the money is good, because that's where money is at. I don't give a damn what nobody's talking about. The medical field gonna always be hot. It's gonna always be in demand. It always have been a popping occupation and field, and it's gonna remain that. But for some people who really just looking at it for a bag, you know what I'm saying? The luxuries of what that could pay for you to get in life or be in life, and you have absolutely no compassion for people. You don't even know how to think fast on your feet. You seem like you all shook up and overwhelmed about things all the time. You don't know how to work under pressure, because in the nursing field, you have to learn how to work under pressure. You have to know how to work short. You overwhelm easily. This is not for you. This ain't for you. This not for you. This type of path, this not yours. It's not for you. It don't suit you. You ain't got patience. It ain't for you. So true. You can hurt yourself for real. Laura, when you pull a certain muscle in your body, it will still have them pains every now and then. I pull a muscle in my back, and that's why you got to be careful. That's why I'm like very careful, because muscle pain is something that they really can't do no surgical magical work they magic on. They can't really work their magic with the surgery when you have in myofascial pain, which is muscle pain. I pulled a motherfucking muscle in my hand. It was not my dominant hand. I'm left-handed. My right hand that got messed up. But it took 9 months for me to go back before they took me off light duty. I say 9 months. That's almost a whole year. Now, my job didn't keep me out of work. Now, this is what they said. They said, oh, no, 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 no. We not finna let your ass sit at home. We finna find something for you to do, because they don't want to pay me workers' comp. They don't want to let me sit at home and pay me for workers' comp. Them motherfuckers found something for me to do. I was on light duty for 9 months before I can go back into my regular description of what I did for work. They said, no, we're not going to allow her to sit at home and collect no motherfucking workman's comp. Them motherfuckers found something for me to do right away. It's about skills and your ability to do it and making quick judgments. You got to be quick on your feet. You can't be somebody to easily get overwhelmed, though. You know, I see a lot of nurses doing that. Not me. A lot of them actually look up. That's why I said aides are very respectable people, because a lot of them nurses, when they get easily overwhelmed, who you think they asking for their opinion or decision? The aide. And guess what? That aide gonna come through with the response that needs to be, and they gonna follow suit. And they gonna follow suit long as they know that this aide knows what she's talking about. Oh, we know she know it. We know she do. Look what she do. Look what kind of things she take in her own hands. Look how she solved this. Look how she worked. That's who they asking. She says, hello, everyone. Good morning, Miss Lauren. How you doing, Miss Katina? Miss Kimberly Raymond, good afternoon. Well, it's morning here. Good morning. Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands and everyone on the live. How you doing? You say 26 years, yeah. So you know then. You know it takes, you know what it takes. And I know in your 26 years of nursing, you done seen some of them fall right on their face. You done seen some of them people do the nastiest, hideous things. They done said the hideous things. Their decision and work ethics was so hideous. They probably don't even have a degree or a license anymore. Because it's just not for everyone. Them 304s just do the most for posts, sad, facts, true stories. Okay. How you doing, Miss Brenda? Hey, Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands and everybody on the live. I always say nurses are strong and compassionate at the same time. They are. And she's very short-tempered. And so, yep, she needs to think again. But that's okay, no. This is what I need for her to stop saying, though, because she love to say how short-tempered Midnight is. Midnight I got self-control in a lot of areas. Midnight dealt with anger issues in her past on a severe level. When I was much younger, yeah, my anger was something that I could not control. I didn't have no self-control. Now, that's when I made a lot of my screw-ups and fuck-ups based off what I did or how I chose to move, what I may have done. Today, oh yeah, it's still in me. Don't get that fucking twisted. But see, I know how to handle myself. It just really depends. But like you said, she's very short tempered. So how dare you come for another motherfucker when your temper is just as short? Your temper is just as short. So how dare you try to put your tongue on another motherfucker when yours is just as short? For a motherfucker who did not cuss, you throwing hoes and 304s and bitches around like you been cussing your whole motherfucking life. But don't come for somebody who has a short temper when yours is just as short. No, you ain't seen me in my days and times when I was doing shit to motherfuckers because I was actually acting off my anger without thinking. You didn't see me like that. You ain't never seen me in that manner, in that order, but that's what I used to be. That's what I used to be, I said. Now, Midnight still do. Yes, I do. Get upset. But I don't get that upset to where, man, I'm damn near doing something that actually could be like, where I can get in trouble for it. I'm just going to say it like that. Somewhere I can get in trouble for my damn self. Something like that. Baby, we don't act like that. I think before I actually respond now. See, when I was much younger, I didn't think about any motherfucking thing. I just kind of responded without thinking. I say all the time that I was very toxic as a young lady. Yes, I was, because I did a lot of shit without thinking. That's not the same woman who I am today in that manner, displaying that kind of behavior. That I don't do. I know how to think first. You know what I'm saying? I still will react depending on the situation, but I will think and process some shit first. The lizard is probably working for her auntie, shaking my head, little job, LOL. And you sure got a point though. Shit. She could be. She could be. And I just don't really give a damn what she working at though. See what they need to do. I don't listen where they working at. I don't give a fuck where they working at. Keep y'all mouth off of other motherfuckers though. That just be the issue. That just be the problem. It just be that right there. Keep your mouth off of other motherfuckers. Shit. If you at home caring for your auntie or caring for another motherfucker, shit, do your job. Stop worrying about another motherfucker. Pay attention to you. What's going on, Miss Karen? What's going on, sis? Up here giving my final farewell speech on a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Cause I'ma see how many of you motherfuckers gonna let me be great. So this is gonna be my final farewell speech on a motherfucker. Now I want to see how many of you motherfuckers gonna let me be great. Thank you for the emojis. I seen it all. Now my daughter been in the field for 14 years and she loving it. I know she is because you loved it. You know, it got some good benefits to it. But it has to line up with the individual you are inside. Like, do you have compassion for society and people? Are you a humanitarian at heart for real though? Because humanitarians care about the ways of the world and people in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what a true humanitarian think of. Society and what society bring, how society affect not just you, but you and other folks. That's what a humanitarian display. They have them type of characteristics. So when you go taking care of somebody, you better make sure that your heart is right. You just ain't finna be taking care of nobody with an evil spirit. And if you do, you best believe that the good Lord is watching you. You're not hiding from him. Because some of y'all did just that. Some of y'all are doing just that right now. You know how many tech head ass females I had to pull to the side when I was in leadership roles and tell them about their neglectful ways towards another resident or a patient, and I had to excuse them. You best to believe that ain't going one up over the good Lord head. You best to believe that. It's definitely not. And then especially when you do it to the ones where you feel like it's in hospice. They own comfort care. They own hospice. You feel like because they going out, they transitioning. You ain't finna take care of them like you finna take care of Susan over there. You're gonna do it. As long as the human has breath in them, you're gonna respect him or her, and you're gonna give them their cares the way they need it. I don't care what you say. And if you got a problem with it, you could take your little ass home. And that's just how I tell them. You thought I got in trouble for talking to them like that? That's why they put me in a position like that, because they couldn't deal with my people. They didn't know how to handle people that look like me. They didn't know how to discipline the ones that looked like me and they were young. They needed somebody who had leadership skills, who was definitely firm, who was good with doing their job, good with having no problem telling somebody that, listen, you got to do better at what you're doing, and know how to tell them. And they're going to respect me for it because they always have. See, a lot of them people in upper management don't know how to deal with us. I'm just being honest with y'all right now. They don't know how to deal with us. They don't know how to discipline us. So they put somebody in there that looks like them people, but carry the characteristics that's going to be relatable to him or her. You know what I'm saying? And that was me. I was in there. And even when I tell them girls, hey, look, you could go home. When they come back, if they ain't lost their job, because I might, you know what I'm saying, still back them up like, okay, yeah, maybe she was having a bad day, but you know, I did have to tell her she got to go home. I don't want to see nobody lose their job or nothing like that, but they come back to me at that time, Miss Williams. That's my name. My maiden name is Williams. They'll come back and say, Miss Williams, man, if they felt like they were disrespectful, and apologize or whatever. That's the kind of respect I had up in the game and still got it. And still got it. I still got that. That's the kind of pull I had in my community when I was out there as a case manager. I go to them people and meet them where they at. I tell them, listen, don't be afraid of my title or me. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to come in your house to judge you. I'm here really to help you. But I allow them be themselves just like they allow me to be myself. And this is why they can relate to me the way that they were relatable to me. This is why I got so much pull. And this is why I had so much out there. That's what I was prophesized to over my life. I had two prophets speak over me. My husband always prophesies over me, and I am grateful for that. But I had two prophets. This is why I know that I'm in my correct path right here. And I always knew it. But these two people said to me that you are here to actually help the population of people that most are intimidated by. And I was already in that in case management. Yeah. The ones that most will feel that, oh, that person's going to rob me. That person's going to steal from me. That person looks like they're XYZ. You're intimidated by what they look like because they may be talking to themselves, speaking to themselves, doing something, out of the norm. They both said to me that is where my ministry should be, where I'm going to be dealing with the populations of people that most are very much intimidated by, and that most people will not even lift their finger for. Most people will walk right by them, wouldn't say a word. And those are all of the kind of people that I've always helped, because all of my people were in the urban neighborhoods. They were in the inner city. They were in poverty. And if I got to be honest with y'all, let me be honest with you now. My husband is a minister. My husband is in church. I really don't have too much. I don't really believe in so much of the church. And I'm going to tell you why. And me and my husband have so much conversations about this, and he actually respects my decision. It's because I've tried it so many times in my life with different ones. And it's just like, I know you don't go to church for people. You're not supposed to. But that will be unrealistic, people. Because when you do go to a church, most people want to feel comfortable within that sanctuary or that temple, right? So then when you see people of the congregation treat another congregation member or some kind of way, or when you see the pastor showing favoritism, or when you see all these different things, or a congregation member who pay tithes can't get help when they fall on hard times, what is the church doing these days for the community? What is most churches doing for their inner cities and their communities, though? Because let me hit y'all with this. Before it was ever any kind of mental health institutions or organizations, the church was the ones helping the less fortunate. It was the church. lost its values because of the people in it. You know what I'm saying? Because of some of the people, the wicked ones inside of these temples, the wicked ones inside of these congregations with disguises on, they make people feel like, I don't want to go into a church to praise the good Lord. And you really don't have to. So if somebody is teaching you that way, they're teaching you wrong. As long as I'm a believer in God, I can praise him where I want to praise him. I don't have to be in somebody's church, because church is nothing other than a business to me. Church is nothing other than McDonald's, Target, Walmart. It's a business. And that's how they run. Because, see, they don't really put forth those qualities that the church used to uphold. You don't see that no more. Now, I'm not saying that that's not all churches, because I ain't visited all churches in the world, but I visited enough. I visited enough in my area to make up my decision that, listen, I just don't want to belong to no church. I just don't want to belong to nobody's church, because I see the way that churches are afraid to go. Listen, if you are people of the good Lord, you should not be afraid to go out there and actually persuade unrighteous people to come to God, because everybody do not know the Lord. Everybody was not taught about the Lord. You can't care about what they doing, where they live in, what kind of area they in. Everybody was not brought up under the correct ways of the Lord and the goodness of the Lord. So why are y'all so afraid to go out there and minister to people and reach souls that are really lost out here? This is what God would have done. This is what God would have done. When you think about the works and miracles of the Bible, he was in communities and villages performing miracles. He wants his people to work just like that. So that means you have to reach for lost souls. This is what the church should be doing, reaching for the unrighteous and lost souls. You should not let those kind of people intimidate you. But a lot of them are. So how can you really call yourself a woman of God or a man of God when you place so much judgment upon those type of people? Huh? See, I ain't seen a motherfucking church like that yet. Now, if I have ever come encounter with one that don't mind going out there and reaching lost souls and helping the community the way you need to help them, I'm not saying pay everybody bills. I'm saying, dang, make something for the youth out here so they don't have to go and get into trouble. Make something for these grown adults who lost. Somebody who dealing with mental health issues needs some kind of help. Put some kind of events together for the neighborhood. You scared to go reaching for souls that you supposed to be reaching for. And that's why I really don't care for the church. I'm not saying, because the people makes the church, you all. I mean, if there were no people in that church or no people in that organization, will there be any preachers there? No. So the people makes up the church. And if the people are corrupt, then this is why a lot of people have perceptions that they have about church. Not so much about God. I'm saying about church itself. I said about church, not about the good Lord. Not about God. You got a lot of folks who know God. You got a lot of folks who know God, believe in him. They don't have to step foot in nobody church, because I haven't been in it for shit. When the last time I went with my husband? I did recently go last year. The pastor had a party. I went to that. My husband teach, I go to that. When my husband do his teachings, because he's a pastor, my husband teach. So when my husband is teaching, I like to attend that. But I just don't feel good about the church these days. I feel like a lot of churches lost its original, authentic values of what they supposed to do for their congregations. I feel like a lot of sexual activity are behind the scenes in churches. I feel like churches are fashion shows. They care about money and money only. Okay. Because you can also pay your tithes and offerings through time, honey. If you don't have it financially, you can give time to doing works of God for God's people. And that is a form of paying your tithes. That is a form of paying tithes back if you financially can't give it back. You can pay your tithes through timing, volunteering, doing things such as that to help people. But see, a lot of people ain't gonna tell you that though, ain't they? Because it's about money. It's a money thing. Like, and this is why I have my views about that. And see, my husband understands. He truly do. I haven't found a home or a church that I have ever visited yet. And I visited my husband's church a few times, you know what I'm saying? But I have never stepped foot into a place where I got that kind of feeling saying, okay, this will be my church home. And I will feel comfortable with becoming a member. I don't want to become a member of no one's church. I love the Lord and the Lord loves me, but I don't want to be a member of no one's church. Thank you for those roses and them emojis. She says you're welcome. It definitely is not for everyone. It's not. It's not. It's not for everybody. And I'm glad it's another nurse on here to say that because it's not for everybody. It's just not. I wanted to stop and say hello. I'll check in later. Have a fabulous Friday, everyone. Same to you, Miss Kimberly. We can worship God anywhere we want. Yeah, that's true. Facts. I agree with you on the church thing, man. That Joanne's gift the hand. I'm just saying that is my opinion, you all. That's how I feel. Okay. She says exactly right. Thank y'all for their heart. She said you better preach it. I'm just saying, for real. What gets me, I don't understand how these old ass women brag about a job, something they should have had a long time ago. You can tell they never had. True. You so right about that. I mean, a job is what? A job, right? And if you're an older person, you should be further in life than me. Okay. You should be. You would think that somebody who's older than me and that's that they should be somewhere further than someone else. But if you're not, it's 9 times out of 10 because you corrupted your own self. So again, you have to be responsible for you. You got to be responsible for you now. That ain't nobody else's fault but yours. Yes. Why don't our pastors one of our pastors was sleeping with my sister. Threw me off. Girl, say it ain't so. And I believe you. Girl, all these damn all that stuff started really in them Catholic churches first, y'all. A lot of Catholics priests, they believe in fondling with children. They believe in that kind of crap. They believe in fondling with children, honey. Baby, no. You don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. God is already with us and in us from the moment we were born. God is with us, right? Sinner or we all sinner, so righteous or unrighteous. This is why I'm saying nobody can really judge what nobody do down here. Whether you be righteous, considered to be righteous or unrighteous, okay? Because none of us is perfect. That's just a fact. But see what real, I'm not going to say Christians, real believers. What real believers supposed to really be doing? is portraying what he did in the Bible. And he was in his villages out here. He was out here with people. Whether these people be struggling, dealing with their own thoughts back and forth, causing mischief. He was healing the sick. He was doing this with people. What you think he expect of people who he created in his own image to do is what I'm trying to say. This is what he expect of us. So if you ain't got no kind heart for people, I don't know how you can say you love God. I don't even know how you can really say you love God for real when you don't care for people. You don't have a care in the world for nobody but you, and you trying to tell me you a believer? No, you not. You not no true believer if you think you selfish. You selfish. You got a selfish mentality. You think selfishly. And you saying you love God, but you portray and display another thing when it comes to people. How can you really say that you honestly love or believe in God? I don't know. God did things for the people out there. You got to put your hands on people, man. You got to be willing to go lay your hands on them sick folks. You got to be willing to talk to them troubled teens. You got to be willing to talk to confused adults. You got to be willing to grab hold to somebody who's lost, somebody who does not know God, or maybe they don't know God because they had nobody ever telling them the real about the goodness of the Lord. This is what you're supposed to be doing. She say, amen. Yes, for years. What? And I hope they got them. What happened to them? Because that goes on in the churches. That's why I said sexual stuff. Yeah. Because that's becoming to be a lot common now too. See, this is why my husband, let me tell y'all something. My husband said, don't call me no pastor. He don't even want to be called a minister. My husband is not like the traditional minister or pastor. You know how some of them traditional pastors, they got traditional ways. They got the traditional ways and things like that. See, when my husband do his teachings and things like that, he grab hold to everybody, even the youth and even smaller children. That's what you got to do. You got to be able to engage youth, because a lot of people feel like, oh, it's hard to get youth in church because a lot of times the youth feel like that's a boring place, but church don't have to be boring. Who said that church is supposed to be drawn out and boring? Who said that you cannot have a good time in church? Who said that you cannot give a sermon that will grab the attention to young kids and teenagers and things like that to keep them engaged? Who said that church is a place where it have to be boring? It does not. And see, this is what my husband is different from the rest, honey. He loves the Lord, always has, and so do I. But he loves to grab their attention in ways where they understand that they get it and in a way that they understand. She said, yes, I'm Baptist and I'm Baptist. And our Mary pastor was fired because he was sleeping with a lot of the women in the church and got one of them pregnant. Wow. It was said he and his wife had an open marriage to sleep with who they want. Also, it was said that the marriage was just a facade, just for the money. Wow. Mm-mm. And it'd be all that kind of stuff like that for me. Everyone in the church is not the same. Exactly not. Miss Carolyn, that's my point. Yeah, I believe in that solely. And I'm not saying that this is every church. So when we get some real cloth, people of the cloth, and some real life believers, you know what I'm saying? We get the men and women of the cloth come through here. If you know who you are, this don't pertain to you then. You know what I'm saying? This can't pertain to you. It won't even touch you. You won't even feel some kind of way because it don't pertain to you. You know what I'm saying? It does not fit you, does not suit you. It's not your story. It does not pertain to you. Because, like I said, I haven't been to every church in the world. I've been to enough here to make my determination about that, though. And a lot of churches has lost its traditional values of what church is. That's no lie. I have heard, man, I've watched so many documentaries on so many different things because I am a person who loved TV and documentaries, real life stories, I'm saying. Real life stories, things based off actual events. And I'm not the only person reciting that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only person saying that. I'm not the only person that feel like that. I'm not. It's so many people out here who feel just like that. That the churches have really lost its true, authentic values as far as how they look at their community, how they help their community, XYZ, etc., etc. Y'all know it ain't no lie. Amen to that. God is not messed. Right. He is still preaching here in Milwaukee. Wait, true facts. You in Milwaukee? You in Milwaukee? True facts. Oh, you my Milwaukee fellow Milwaukeean. Oh, okay. He's still teaching here in Milwaukee. Mm. Well, you better inbox me what church that is. I'm gonna have to give that word to my husband. We're gonna have to look into that church, honey. If I ain't already visited, you know, Milwaukee ain't no big ass city. It ain't no big place. Okay, I may have already visited that church, honey. I sure may have. I may even know about it. How you doing, Miss Latifah? The Bible says, as long as there are three gather in His name, right? That's right, Miss Nessa. The Catholics believe in having multiple wives and children and having cults and having children with children. And I'm like, what in the world is this? They sick minded, honey. Now, them folks said he was messing with her at the age of 16 until overgrown, until she got grown. So she loved it. I'm just saying, wait, so the girl still messed with him when she even got grown? He's still nasty though. No matter, see, listen, I'm gonna tell you why he nasty though. He's still nasty because when she was a young minor, he's still disgusting. Because when she was a young minor, she didn't have the abilities to. She know right from wrong, but you're the adult. You're the adult here. You're the adult. So he still is very nasty. And then she decided to just still mess with him. So, you know, like I said, some young girls like to be groomed. I mean, that is so sad to say, y'all, but that's so real and true. I mean, that is so sad to say, but some young girls and some young boys like to be groomed. I'm just saying, they like to be groomed. This is why you got to get a hold of them. When you see them trouble, you got to get a hold of them real quick. I'm just saying you gotta get a hold of them real quick, try to speak some knowledge to them. You know, they're gonna try to do what they hard headed. They're gonna try to do what they want to do. You know how teenagers think because you was once a teenager yourself, right? This is how I can tell. This is how I talk to teenagers. Like, listen, man, I already know, I already know what it is how you feeling in some kind of way. Cause you got to understand that I was once your age, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't always like to follow it be about following rules. They don't like authority. No kid really don't like to follow no authorian, a person of authority. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like your parents or whoever's raising you, whoever is giving you that authority figure in the house. Kids don't like to follow the rules, man. I thought my mother was mean because sometimes we just thought that she was mean because she didn't let us do everything. But I'm just saying I had to get older really and realize like, well, I understand what mama was saying now. I got kids of my own and I got all girls. So go figure. Um, and shit, I just like mama was just really telling us right. That's it. She was just telling us right. You gonna have to inbox me that church, honey, because I probably done been there. My husband probably know that man. uh-uh. Oh, you did already. Listen, you own it already. Okay, shoot. What side of the mill you on? That's what's up. We got a Milwaukee in here. Hey, but I got a lot of people from Milwaukee on here. Most of the people that's from the United States of America that's following me, they is from Milwaukee. Shit. Most of them. Most of them from right here. Everybody speaking. She didn't tell nobody. Wow. Ain't that trifling, Miss Alicia? Very trifle. He big trifling. Very. So that's what I feel about the church, okay? And that's my real authentic opinion as of now. I'm not going to say that that's not going to ever change because like I told my husband, when we talk about this all the time, my husband can't ask me to go and enjoy the festivities of his church, and I will do that because at the end of the day that's my husband, especially when he teaching. I'm gonna do that. And when they having some things that some of the festivities at the church that they have, I go. I just say I don't want to belong to nobody's church. I don't want to be a member. And I don't think I'm saying nothing wrong by me saying that I don't want to belong to nobody's church. And just because you are a married couple don't mean that both husband and wife have to go to the same church. Um, that's a myth out here. Like, man, no, that's not true. I mean, a husband and a wife can be in two different churches. I mean, you would like for them to visit each other church and fluctuate that like that, but they can belong to two different separate congregations. Who said that just because you are married that you have to belong to the same church? I mean, whoever made that so? Whoever made that a rule? That's not true. That's just like saying, oh, just because you're married now, you and your wife got to be together 24/7. That's not so true, people. We know that's not realistic. That's not true. Those who are married, they allow their husbands to go out there and have free time with their homies, their friends. Husbands, vice versa for the wife. You allow her to have a girls' night out and you allow her to go and have nights at her friend's house where they just chopping it up. Who said that when you get married, you in jail with one another now? That ain't how I go. Who said that? And whoever made it like that, that's a lie. That's a lie. Now, true enough, y'all gonna do things together because you are a covenant. You are one union under God, but you got your own identities at the end of the day. You still have your separate identity from the wife and from the husband. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody speaking. I'm doing fine, Miss Donna. How you doing? You said I'm cracking you out. I'm serious. I'm so for real. Like, who said this was law? See, men know how to come up with their own rules. Men know how to come up with their own speculations of what they think the world needs to be like. No. Who said this was law? Who said that this was set in stone? No, it ain't true. Say what? She didn't tell nobody. Wow, some of them don't though. You know why she didn't tell nobody? Because she liked it. Because soon as she got grown enough, as soon as she got grown, she still messed with the man. This is why she didn't tell nobody, because she liked it. Okay? That little girl liked it. No matter that man was wrong, because he's the adult and he know better. As a pastor, a man of God, you should know better. But that girl liked it. Okay? She liked it, that mess. She continued to do that mess with that man. When she got of age, she did it. And she continued to do it. Because she liked it. Thank you for the share. Nope, my granny and pawpaw didn't attend the same church. Both Baptists, but not the same church. Exactly, Miss Carmela. That's what I'm saying. I know some people, I know some people that husband and wife, they go to different churches. And it's fine. Like, I mean, that is okay. Somebody else will make that a problem, though. Somebody else will make that a whole issue. That's not no issue. They both still praising God. They love the Lord. They just doing it. Listen, they just going to different congregations. What's wrong with it? That's not law. People think when you get married, your life supposed to end. Let me tell y'all something about that. No, it's not. You're not in bondage. Don't see. This is probably why people got the wrong perception about marriage. I see. Because it's a lot of people say out here, man, I don't never want to get married, man. I don't never want to get married, man. I don't want to have the ball and chains on me. Well, you not in jail when you get married. You still living a life. You just living your life with your companion as God created us all to have one, like he created one for Adam. We not supposed to die alone. We was not created to die alone. We was not even the ugliest motherfucker got somebody out here for him or her. It's somebody designed for you. We're not supposed to be lonely creatures in people. He did not create us like that. He created us to have a companion. He wants you to be with somebody. Everybody got somebody for them. You could have a different religion. True. That's true. Two different religions, right? Because who said that just because you're husband and wife? That, I mean, you're supposed to be able to respect. You're supposed to be able to respect your husband or wife's religion. But who's to say that they can't practice their own religion, like Miss Carolyn said? That's a fact. That's a great valid point. My grandmother and grandfather went to two different churches. My grandmother was a 7-day Adventist. Okay, Adventist, a 7-day Adventist. Okay, so I see a lot of y'all saying that, and I know that that's to be true. That's always the kind of momentum I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, a husband and wife can belong to a different church, and they can belong to the same church. But I just feel like I didn't lose my faith in God. I lost my faith in the people of the church. And I say people, key word is people, because the people makes up the church. Okay? If it wasn't for the congregation, there would not be a church. Okay? So it's the people for me and the people for so many other people. Now, once the right people come along and people start putting their priorities and their ideas as of what church really supposed to be, maybe some people will feel different about that. But see, that's why it takes for people to make that kind of thing happen, I guess. And that's just where I'm at with it. I love the Lord and the Lord loves me. Okay? I love the Lord and the Lord loves me. That's all I can say. Is I love the Lord and the Lord loves me. I'm a believer. Okay? I'm a person that believe. I know he real. I know he exists. I know he lives. Now, whether somebody else choose to say that or not, that's them. But I know I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I don't believe in man, which is the people of many temples or churches. That's all I'm saying. So my thing is this: nobody is ever so ever perfect to think that they are in a position to speak on somebody, and especially speaking on people and speaking on people's extended family members, because a lot of people don't like that when it's being done to them. And you have a right to not like that because it should not be done to y'all. It should not be done to me when it's done to me. It should not be done to none of y'all neither. But keep your mouths off people when you don't have facts. Keep your mouth off other extended family members when you have an issue with a individual. And just because you feel like you can't per se handle the situation with the individual at hand, so you feel you want to use your fire to drag in extended family members, that's where a lot of y'all go wrong. And that's where it always backfires on y'all. And somebody finds themselves speaking in y'all that way. And you have to ask yourself, why does that happen with you? You can't just say, oh, that person is a very bad person for doing it because this is all they do, because you do it the same thing. This is what I said. How are a lot of y'all feeling some kind of way about what y'all do on y'all platforms? What I do on my platform when I am addressing somebody ain't no different than what y'all do when y'all talk on y'all platforms. What is y'all really so bothered about? I'm just trying to figure that out. What is y'all really so bothered about? I'm trying to figure out what's the bother, what you press for, because y'all do the exact same thing. The exact same. Thank you for the avatar. She says, amen, amen, and amen. My grandma took me to her 7-day Adventist church. I couldn't take it because we had to go to church on a dang Saturday up until 6 o'clock at night. I was going nuts. I know it, man. I remember them days when my granny was doing that with us, man. They used to have us in church. That's when church service be dragged out, because you know us African Americans can drag out a church service, boy. We not punctual people when it comes to service. Nope, no, we not. We gonna drag that thing all the way out. You gonna be looking at the dang old clock on the wall at the church, or looking at your watch like, dang, service still going on. What time service letting out? They give you a time, we still not getting out. You know, black folks drag that thing out. Now, I've been to different churches, you know what I'm saying? I've been to all kind of different churches. Some churches be on time, baby. They stick to the schedule and stick to the script. They let out on time. Shh. And see, this is why I said church ain't gotta be no boring place. But see, when I was growing up, church was boring to me. They were singing them old hymns and stuff like that, and all that old music, them old choir songs and things like that. These days, the church music is a little bit more modern. It's more in tune. So even if they did a lot of things with the choir, you know, them kids would be engaged with that, because I be liking that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But when I was a kid and we was going to church, they were singing them old hymns and stuff, putting you to sleep. I thought church was so boring. We used to cry. We used to be crying. You be in church all day type stuff. All day. Singing them old hymns and stuff like that, putting you to sleep. And then they got the nerve to say, wake up, you at church, wake up. They was putting you putting you to sleep. Uh-uh. Okay, she's talking to Miss Alicia. How you doing, Miss Liz? Thank you for the avatar. And I wish people would stop telling people how to grieve, when to grieve, when they haven't been through what other people have been through. They don't know or understand, or what they would do in the situation. Yeah, you got that right. That was gonna be one of my topics too. So I'm gonna speak on that right now, but I'm not gonna speak too much on that because that is one of my topics. Um, I'm glad you brought that up because that is a topic. So, yeah, nobody should be telling nobody how to grieve. I don't like when people tell them, "Don't you know it's some people out here saying stuff like this to other people?" Like there is. Let me tell y'all what metaphor I do not think that suits this grieving process stuff. You know how people say time heals all wounds? That doesn't work for somebody who grieving. Not in that metaphor, not in that category. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because time does not heal all wounds in that situation. It don't. The reason why that metaphor don't stick with that is because first of all, that person cannot be brought back. So what time is gonna heal that wound or that void? It's not gonna work. Now, in time, you can learn to cope without that person, but time does not heal the wounds of somebody who lost somebody or who's grieving somebody. That might work for somebody who was injured. You know how if you went out there, did something, and you ended up getting injured. Say you robbed somebody and you injured the person you robbed. See, in time, that man or that woman's wounds will heal, and that man or that woman will be able to forgive the man who inflicted the pain on them. In time, their wounds will heal. It's like recovery. In time, their wounds will heal if harm, hurt, or danger was stricken upon somebody where they were inflicted with wounds. In time, that woman or man's wounds will heal. But when you talk about somebody who has lost somebody and you never coming back from that, you're never going to see them. That does not work. I don't believe in that metaphor to that situation at all. So when people say that to people that's grieving or have lost somebody, that is not the correct statement to say to somebody because time will not heal all wounds. I don't care if somebody lost somebody 30 years ago. Do you understand that? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? I don't understand. I don't care if you lost somebody 30 years ago. Do you know how many elderly people that I have spoke to in my life? So many elderly people I spoke to in my life, and when they speak in reference to their spouses that they have lost, their siblings that they have lost, their children that they have lost, it still brings tears to them elderly people eyes. And you know why it brings tears to their eyes when they talk about it is because the time did not heal the wound, and it won't. When you talk about grieving, it don't pertain or suits that situation. It only suits another scenario. It does not suit that one because time will not heal all wounds when you're talking about grieving somebody or loss. It just don't work. I don't think that's something that people should say. Then you know somebody, people out here got the nerves to say this right here. Just get over it. Like, yeah, they're telling people to get over it. You know, get over it. It's been 30 years. Get over it. It's been 40 years. You still get over it. You don't tell nobody that. You don't tell nobody that neither. That's the wrong thing. You telling somebody to get over the death of a spouse of theirs. You telling somebody that they need to get over losing their parents. You telling me somebody needs to get over losing their siblings and losing their children. That's not the right thing to say to somebody who's grieving. So when we talk about grieving on my topic, we're gonna hit all of those things. But in time wound or in time wounds will heal. No, that doesn't suit me when we talking about grieving because you can't bring that person back, honey. So what's going to fill that void? Time? No, it's not, because somebody's still going to be hurt by it. Like I said, you could be talking to people who is well off in their 80s plus years old, and when they reference all of the things that they lost, they still cry about it because it still hurts them. Okay, so that means that the time did not heal his or her wounds. Okay, that time did not do that for them. Okay, they still feel very, very, very hurt by whatever loss they went through or whatever loss they experienced. They're hurt by it still. So time did not heal his or her wounds. I used to play sick when I got older, and yes, I was a liar back then. Girl. Ooh, Lord. The songs out of the book, okay? Mm-mm. They saying they can hear me, so I don't know. They said they can hear me. Thank you, Camille. I went in and out and I can hear now. Okay. That's a person with no heart. Yeah, just telling somebody, oh, get over it. Get over this. Get over that. Get over. You can't tell nobody that. That's the wrong advice. I'm just saying the wrong piece of advice to give somebody when they're grieving. I'm just saying you do not tell nobody that at all. That is not cool. And it's not true for that fact. It's not true. It's not cool. That's not something you say to people. You just don't say that to people. Thank you for the hearts. My mom has been my mom has been there for 10 years and I still cry. And you will. Mine's been gone for 11. It'll be 12 this year in June. It'll be 12 years for me. And what I learned is how to cope without my mother because she was a part of my life. An active part of my life, and she was an active part of my children's life. So I had to learn how to cope without my mother. That's what I had to learn. But for somebody, you can never tell me that time is going to heal my wounds when it comes to the loss of my mother. No, it's not. Because I still have my days. I still have my days. No, it won't. And you definitely better not never tell me, oh, just get over it. Oh, no, you better not. Thank you for the avatar. My mom died in 1994. Dad died in 2018 and still cry. Right, because it's not going to matter how many years go by. It's not going to matter how many years go by. It's still going to make you feel some kind of way. And when you recite stories or talk about them, it still may bring tears to your eyes. You still may feel some kind of way because that time did not do shit for you. So when people say time will heal all, no, not in that instance, it won't. Not in that scenario, it just won't. So you see how we talked about a lot of things on today. See, and midnight just wanted to be let that be known because midnight from the end. I've been on here for 2 hours. I just want that to be known that nobody ain't finna get no credit over here for what I choose for my life. Because everything that I do in my life, I chose for me, not based off what somebody else doing, not based off a decision of somebody else. None of that. I do for me. And what I do for me, it's going to benefit myself and it's going to benefit my family. Don't speak on nobody else's family, neither. And think you have the facts or knowledge or know what you're talking about because you're talking the talk that you have no knowledge about. You got to have to keep your mouth off that. Keep your mouth off that. When you say, oh, nah, I don't need to explain myself to nobody, you damn sure don't. You damn sure don't. You sure right about some of the things you were saying. Like that right there. You don't explain yourself to nobody. Because I damn sure ain't gonna be explaining nothing that I feel like I don't want to explain to nobody. As I said before, as the coach, I don't have to put you down on my play. As the coach, I don't have to throw you in my roster. As the coach, I don't have to throw you on the ground, on the floor, on the court. As the coach, I don't have to have you part of my team to where you know my moves. I don't have to do that. And I'm not going. Mm-mm. And lastly, free yourself, honey. Cause see, you supposed to been got rid of all that. All of that should have been out your house months ago. Cause guaranteed, anything that midnight received from somebody and I don't want it in my house, I got rid of it when I got rid of the individual. Okay? Trust and believe that. You best to believe that one right there. So my thing to you is, what took so long? What took you so long? Because that's another area where you right in. I agree. 100% totally. I agree. What took so long though? Because see, the moment I had in my head that I was done with a mother, I was done with your stuff too. Because like you said, that's only reminding the motherfucking person of something that you don't want to be reminded of. And so you got to do away with that. Just like you do away with no good motherfuckers. You got to do away with they shit too. So it's time to do away with that. So what took you so long? What took your ass so long is what I'm saying. Listen, when you come down here on this one, you're going to get a nice, good steal. You're going to get that good advice. Because I feel like I put advice all throughout here. Y'all make sure y'all react to the live when you leaving out. React to this while you in it. Make sure you share it because I feel like it's some legit advice in here. And I feel like it is out here for somebody else. Make sure y'all share the live. Make sure you react to the live. Make sure when you leaving out that you react to a press whatever you like to press. Midnight don't care, honey. It's all a support to my page, honey. I don't care which one you're pressing on. It's all support to this page. And that is definitely a nice token of advice in all sorts in this here live, and you can share it. Okay? It's worth being shared. Because, see, I'm talking from the heart right now. Ain't nobody getting no credit for what I choose to do in my life. You can't take the fault for what I did when I did my wrongs, did you? You can't take the fault for my wrongdoing, so you definitely ain't finna have no motherfucking credit on my right. This is me. This is me all day. It's me. It is I. It is she. It is me. I'm that. Okay? And ain't nobody gonna get no credit for that. Ain't nobody taking the recognition nor credit for that. Nobody but me. This is what I had to come tell y'all because you know midnight off today, honey. Don't know what I'm doing on this beautiful day in the mill. Okay? I have no idea. I will find out something to do, but honey, I had to come forth and bring this one forth. Cause I be darned if I think a motherfucker out here on the like Sip say. I know I ain't got nobody out here on the dang old Facebook street think they taking recognition for my moves in my life. I know a motherfucker out here on the Facebook street don't think she deserve no inspiration for me going back to nursing school. I thought a motherfucker on the Facebook streets talking about my husband like pink. Girl, you crazy. Do you know my husband like the Twasi? I thought a motherfucker was saying too much. Mm-mm. Baby, don't you be throwing them kind of motherfucking allegations out. Like I said, that'd be the quickest way to get y'all. Y'all been heard from my husband real quick. You been heard from my husband so quick, bro. And he probably been and said something to you. I'll be looking at him like, wow, D, for real? For real, D? Cause honey, I ain't never. When I say never, as long as I knew my husband, this is no lie. I never heard my husband ever say one swear word. Now, my husband used to do some things before he decided to really know Christ. But as long as 16 plus years, my husband ain't had no drink in front of me. As long as I've been knowing him and we was friends first, he never sweared either. But see, this is how I knew my husband was going to be the it husband. This is why I know that you can't have him. This is why I know that he ain't going to go for you. He ain't falling for you. He ain't falling for nobody. This is why I can tell you that on a confident level, straight up, respectfully. But he definitely ain't going to have you. Even if you thought you was going to throw your goods that way, honey, my dear, he definitely not going to have you, though. I just want you to know that. Get over it means don't talk to that person about it. Right. Not the right thing to say. That emptiness is still there. The emptiness or that emptiness is still there. It is. You don't have to throw a bone to that dog. And I'm not, Miss Camille. I'm just stating the facts, the obvious. You definitely do have good advice. And I appreciate that, Miss Ness. I've been told so in my life that I always have. Because guess what? Why would I hand out some bad advice to somebody? Like, I mean, come on now. When somebody's talking to you, when somebody's talking to you for real, I'm talking about you go to somebody or someone's talking to you. I don't care how the scenario is going, whether you approach somebody because you want their advice. Okay, you feel like this person always gave good advice, so you're going to go ask that person for some kind of advice, and then they just turn around and give you the absolute worst advice. Honey, you're going to know that is horrible advice. You're not going to even think of applying that, honey. You're not going to apply it. And if anything, you're going to be really disturbed by it. Like, I can't believe such and such said what they said to me. I can't believe that such and such gave me this kind of advice, and I didn't hear such and such gave other people advice that seemed pretty legit. Don't that make you pissed off? Thank you for the avatar. Thank you for them hearts. I'm just being honest. Enjoy this beautiful Friday. Will do, Miss Nessa, and you do too, and everybody on the live. Come on, Sip Junior List. That's my boy. Good afternoon. Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands and everyone. How you doing, Miss Janet? So listen. Yep, Miss Janet, watch this on the replay, honey, because I'm about to dismiss y'all. And I'm finna dismiss myself, honey, finna figure out what's on my agenda for the day. It's definitely gonna be something. Well, you know I ain't gonna stay off for no 3 days. I didn't picked up on Sunday. I was supposed to be off today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I didn't picked up. But I'm gonna enjoy today. I'm gonna enjoy today though. Make sure y'all react to the live. This is some good shit here. It's real. Don't be out here calling your motherfucking self real if your ass ain't one-on-one, direct to direct. You can't be doing shit like that. You got to come correct. If you beating around the bush, you talking in circles, you're not real. You're not considered to be real. Ain't nowhere in that real. It's not real. It's nowhere in that. Real don't live nowhere in that. Nowhere. I don't care what nobody's real don't live nowhere in that. See, one thing a motherfucker cannot say about me is that midnight been called clout chasing because shit, I like to call motherfuckers by their name or what they call themselves on the app. Okay, you calling your motherfucking ass popcorn head, whatever you calling yourself on this motherfucker. I'm gonna revert yourself to that. And if I got something to say to you and I want to politic with you, I'm gonna call you out on that. By that. Okay, so y'all gonna have to call that what the fuck you want to. But I'm gonna continue to do that. Guess why? Because if I'm out there, whoever I gotta express myself to out there, your name, however I know your ass, I'm calling you out by that. It ain't gonna be shit else. If a motherfucker was coming to me, approaching me on some shit, call me by my motherfucking name. Ain't no need of beating around the motherfucking bush. You call me by my motherfucking name. However, I'm calling myself. That's what you're gonna do. That's what real content creators do. I don't care what nobody say. Yes, because I will be like, now why you tell me this mess? Okay. Bennett told them, like, listen, you don't even give that kind of advice to somebody else. You just gave somebody advice like 2 days ago, bro. And you gave them some legit advice. So why you giving me this baloney type of advice? This ain't even sounding like you. I'd be mad for real. Midnight at Joanne's get the hands. At this point, it's all simply just jealousy because they can't have your life. I don't know what it is. That's a part of it, though. You ain't lying. That's definitely a part of it. And they mad at my personality. I can't help that I'm a bubbly ass motherfucking individual. I can't help that a lot of people feel like I'm cool. I can't help that I'm funny. I can't help that I'm the life of the party. I can't help that I live my life. I'm sorry. I can't help that I have all those characteristics about myself, and some of these people lack charisma in themselves. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have a confidence level through the roof. Okay. I'm so sorry. Shit, y'all better learn something from somebody. That's what they can do. They could do that. They should have been doing it. And they is doing it. Whether they say they not, you definitely doing it. You definitely is taking a pointer or two. I know that to be true. This is your girl Midnight. Hey, drop. Hey, when y'all come, some of y'all people, hey, let me ask y'all this right here. Cause see, I'm finna do this on my when I go through StreamYard like this, how I am now. See, Midnight is into poetry night, right? And I'm trying to do a trial run on this right here. I'm going to do a trial run on it. But I'm trying to see when I make my poster, I want people to share it because it's going to be an open mic night for like poetry or talent of any sort. So if you are like a writer, I want to hear poetry though. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some of y'all talented people too because I like poetry. I like writing. I like writing music. I like doing stuff like that. So I want to see some of the talented people come through here and I want to hear some of your talents and I want to have some judges and I do have my husband is gonna be one. Why you think my husband don't do everything? He don't have to do everything on my page, but he do some things and that's good enough. I don't be tripping about it. But I do want to have like an open mic night where we're doing like poetry where people can come through and I want to hear some of y'all poems and stuff like that because I like writing. So I'm gonna make myself a flyer with my judges on there, and I want y'all to share that because they're gonna be allowed to come up, they're gonna be judged or whatever. Who knows? This might be how I do my next big giveaway. But it's gotta be poetry, okay? It's got to be poetry. I know a lot of people do talent shows where they do like singing and things like this, but I want to hear the lyric part of it. I want to see some lyricists out here. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some people who was really deep and engaged with their words, like when it comes to poetry. So I'm gonna make my flyer. I'm gonna have my judges. It's gotta be poetry night. It's gonna be a poetry night kind of thing. And it has to be poetry. So if you are somebody who love to write, if you are somebody who write music, you are somebody who write poems, And you can tell me if you want to tune an instrumental tune, you know, those jazz tunes, you know, those soul tunes. If you like that, I might have some of those tunes on, you know, for people. I'm going to even come with some of my own talent that I write as far as a poem, because I'm going to be the first to start. Okay. I'm going to even have a poem of my own that I will write. Okay. But I want to see other people. You know what I'm saying? I want to see other people and hear other people with their words and how deep they are, because poetry is something very deep. Okay. And I like to hear what other people have. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create myself a flyer, and it's gonna be like poetry night. You know what I'm saying? A poetry night thing over here. So I just asked, when I do the flyer, y'all just share it. Okay. And don't be camera shy, people. Come on. You gotta show your talents. You ain't gotta have what you do. You will want to have your camera on, okay? While you spitting for, but I guess not really. I'm not gonna say that because it's poetry. You know what I'm saying? So you can really just have your mic on. You really don't have to have your camera on. I mean, it will be recommended to have it on, but I guess since we're doing poetry and we're just listening to your poem and you read it, I guess that would be good enough. But if I was doing it in another realm like karaoke, because I'm also a big music head too. I'm a person that love music. So if we were doing it karaoke style, you would have to have your camera on. But I guess since we're doing it in poetry, you really don't have to have your camera on. But I will really like to hear some of y'all and how deep y'all are, because I am really deep when I get to writing. So y'all gonna even hear some of my own work that I write. Okay. That's gonna be something that I do. This is your girl Midnight. Y'all be easy on this Good Friday. Springtime popping in, the trees are blooming and budding out, the grass is green. Y'all better enjoy yourself on this Good Friday, because I know I am. But be easy and safe, and don't be no fools though, because it is still flu and pneumonia season. Don't let this kind of weather put y'all in no dang old hospital bed, because this is definitely the kind of weather that will have you choked up in a hospital bed somewhere. You do not want to be choked up in no hospital bed. So still wear some kind of a jacket or something. It ain't got to be no heavy coat unless y'all in very hot places. I understand some of y'all people 80 plus degrees. Nah, you ain't need no coat. But I'm just saying, for the meal, you know, for Milwaukee, it is still a beautiful day out here, but you don't want to get caught slipping without a jacket, bro. You still want to have a jacket on. So please be safe. This is your girl Midnight. Y'all make sure y'all react. Y'all make sure y'all like this. YouTube, press that like button. Y'all, Midnight Crew on here. Mm-hmm. All of them people who subscribe to my YouTube channel, thank y'all for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all press the like on there. People on Facebook, react to the live and share. YouTube, Midnight Crew, y'all press that like button. If you ain't subscribing, press that subscribe button too, okay? Y'all can be down with the festivities. This is why I go live over here. You know what I'm saying? This is why I go live through both of my platforms, both Midnight at Joanne's Gifted Hands and the Midnight Crew. So if you watching me through YouTube, press the like button. If you are watching me through Facebook, you react to the live and press the share button. It is your girl Midnight. Midnight is out of here. Peace, y'all.